Welcome to Shabbat Shmooze with Charlene. This week's Parsha is my favorite Parsha in the entire Torah. The number one Parsha of all Parshiot in my heart. Parshat Vayigash. That incredible revelation, that beautiful moment that makes me cry every single time I read the Parsha. That moment when Yosef HaTzadik says to his brothers, Ani Yosef, Ha'od Avichai. Oh my gosh, I get emotional even saying that right now. I am Yosef. Is my father still alive? It is the grand revelation, such a spectacular story of triumph. Yosef was sold and thrown into a pit to die and away from his father for 22 years, wrongly imprisoned. And now finally, he gets to be face to face and reveal himself to his brothers. So he reveals himself, and of course we know the brothers, they're not able to speak, they can't even respond. So he sees that they may not believe him, so he continues with, I'm Yosef, your brother, the one you sold in Mitzrayim. And then the brothers get so ashamed, and Yosef sees the remorse and the pain in their faces, so he continues that with, don't worry, don't be sad. Don't feel bad about selling me. Shelachani Elokim lifnechem. Hashem has sent me before you. This is like a drop the mic moment. What in the world is he saying? How can he have that much emunah? How can he not want to say to them, I bet you didn't think you'd see me here, did you? How can he not say, how dare you have done to me what you've done? No, he says, don't feel bad about selling me. It wasn't you. I'm on a mission from Hashem. Hashem sent me here. You were just the puppets along the way, the messengers to get me to be where I am. This is something so magnificent because every one of us feels like we're not dealt the right hand. We're being sent lemons and I don't want to make lemonade. So many of us feel like victims to our story. We all have a story. But what Yosef is doing right over here, Rabbi Y.Y. Jacobson speaks about this so beautifully, Yosef HaTzadik just took control of his story. He reframes his story. He is not the victim of a sale. He is on shlichut from Hashem. That is remarkable. And that is, in essence, what every one of us is here as well. We're all on shlichut. We're not victims of a sale. Nobody is able to sell us. We're not being thrown in the pit against our will. We are on a mission. And every person that is in our lives and is pushing us to where we are going, they're part of our mission too. But we have to understand that Yosef is saying to all of us, everything that's happening to you is giving you a choice. Are you going to look at your story and think it's a sad story, it's a Nebuch story? Oh, poor Yosef, I was sold, I was thrown in the pit, I was separated from my father for 22 years. Or am I the viceroy of Egypt because Hashem sent me here? We all have that option. We all have that to choose from. Are we victims or are we the viceroys? Are we sold or are we on shlichut from Hashem? This reminds me of an incredible story I once heard. Back in the 1950s, there was a very wealthy businessman who owned a huge shoe company. And he really wanted to expand his business. So he sent his 2 top salesmen to Africa to see if it's a good idea to expand his business and open up in Africa. So he sends 2 members of his team. One of them, right away, within 3 days, sends a telegram to his boss. Dear boss, there is no hope for business in Africa. Nobody here wears shoes. And he comes back to the States. He doesn't hear back from the second salesman for a number of weeks. After a while, he receives a telegram from the second salesman saying, Dear boss, send 15,000 pairs of shoes. I have secured the lots of 5 huge warehouses. We're going to make so much money selling shoes in Africa because nobody here wears shoes. We all have an opportunity to tell our story our way. We can't alter the facts of life. We know that. We know that we can't change the hand we've been dealt. but we can choose to look at it with a different perspective. Are we victims of a sale? Or are we on shlichut from Hashem? Are we ambassadors of Hashem that have to get from point A to point B in the manner in which Hashem knows we have to? If we choose the latter, then we've successfully fulfilled our mission. So Be'ezrat Hashem, in the zechut of this beautiful parsha, which melts me into a puddle, may we all constantly view our lives not as a nebach, pitiful, sad story, but let us look at our lives as we're here on a mission from Hashem. Shelachani Elokim lifnechem. It's not about you selling me. I was meant to be here. And I'm going to do a fabulous job while I'm at it. So wishing you all a wonderful, happy, healthy, peaceful Shabbat filled with love, light, and so much bracha. Shabbat shalom.